Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
Well, Chip, we don't need to ask you any of those questions because the Euros is on, and obviously, Chris, your whole channel is very football intensive, very football oriented. You actually just did a thing with Gareth Southgate.
I did, yes.
Explain what exactly that was, because me and Chip have absolutely not done our research and watched that yet, but it is
I know
on our
who Gareth
queue.
Southgate is.
But it is in our
Right,
queue.
buddy.
It is in our queue to watch.
Do you use the YouTube
Yeah,
queue?
of course, man.
All right, explain. What did you do?
All right,
What did you
great.
do?
So basically, YouTube. So it was a YouTube original series. I feel like I'm just promoting this now. Like,
Yeah,
you're
no,
it's
welcome.
okay.
I'm not being
Promo it,
paid
baby.
extra
Go
for
for
this.
it, go for it.
But yeah, it was a YouTube originals, and so Southgate was doing the series with them, and they came to me and said, like, do you want to be involved in it? And then it sort of changed into like hosting it halfway through and presenting it.
Yeah.
So
do you get the paycheck increase for that?
I can't confirm.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. But yeah, it was really, really good. Like, spent literally a day just spending time with him and interviewing him. He's honestly so nice. Like, you can tell it from the documentary, just like the way he talks to people. He's just really articulate, and like everything he says, you're kind of like mesmerized by what he's saying.
Got away with words.
Yes, yeah, and can just speak so well. And then like we chatted a few times about like mental health and stuff like that off camera, like not even for the shoot and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Because like, you know, it's one of those shoots where you've got directors and producers and they're sort of like chatting between themselves about what's the best thing to do, and me and Southgate are just sort of making small talk there.
Yeah, while
So
they're waiting to be like, this is the next shot. You're there like, so.
Yeah, so
sounds like
I
a
need
nice
to rely on my
guy.
social skills now to talk to the England manager. But it was actually like.
So wait,
honestly
you were
really,
telling
really
me you
good.
talked about mental health off screen. So during that time, we're like,
Yeah,
depression.
So you look depressed in the England job at the moment. That's for legal reasons. That's not how the conversation went. But yeah, honestly, it was really cool. Like, it was so open to talking about everything. So,
But the
it
main
was a great
question
experience.
is, and everyone wants to know this, why is he not starting Grealish? You asked him,
Bro.
right?
I mean, but we did just beat Croatia 1-0, so maybe.
Did you
knows.
drop a
That's
little
why you're not
Grealish
England
bomb in
manager.
there?
What's that?
Did you drop a little Grealish bomb?
I didn't. I was
Anything?
too scared. One of the producers was like,
Don't ask.
Aaron Cresswell, got most points in FPL season. Is he going into the England squad? And Gareth he's just walked straight out. So.
Really?
Really?
You didn't even comment on
Not
it.
even
he
interested.
laughed it off, you know.
He's
But like,
like-
that was the only person that asked anything about the England squad. you know.
Really? I was
So
going to
it's
say,
like-
did you get any like low-key hints before that made you think, okay, well, he's definitely not getting, or he is 100% nailed on, besides the obvious characters?
he didn't let anything slip.
Really?
I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, like-
He's on his shit. He knew
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing.
yeah.
Game plan was tight.
Unfortunately, no little tips on that
No
one.
little tips.
it's
Did he speak like highly of any players that you were sort of surprised by? You're like, oh, he actually, or you were like, oh my god, he clearly really rates Bellingham or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't ask him about specific players because, like, you know how it is. They're just not going to let you ask anything
course,
about that.
yeah.
And I didn't just try and like slip anything in at the time. You know, just.
Did
like,
you not
so
tell him
Grealish
I'm
number
going
10.
on the fellas podcast when this drops? I need the inside scoop.
I need
need
some
to
interesting
eat.
stories.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't really ask him any juicy questions, unfortunately.
So the whole is it classed as like a documentary?
Yeah. So there was the main thing on his channel, and then they wanted
Yeah.
me to do like behind the scenes. So I was like
you.
filming stuff here and there. But the,
Yeah.
the documentary was like I did voiceovers for it and stuff, and it came out as like an actual.
Were you happy with how
actual
it came
thing.
out?
Yeah, honestly, like it's terrifying when you're not editing it because you don't know how it's going to come out.
Yeah.
There are a couple of lines that you look at and you're like, I could have done that better, but
Really?
like,
Yeah,
it was good. It was good.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. And
You should watch it sometime.
yeah, well, everyone should actually
Yeah.
watch it. And what are the main topics? You mentioned mental health there.
So he talked about it was like so there was women's football and how that's come across in the last, like, the leaps and bounds that's had in the last 5 years. There was, what was the other thing about mental health? So there's a football team. This guy had set up, these two guys set up a football team promoting mental health and getting people to like get involved in football.
You know, while we're on the Gareth Southgate topic right now, we need to discuss the Euros and get that out the door early. So obviously, me and Chip in the last one, the one thing I did say is I hope I don't see Sterling starting.
That's crazy because I've always been the biggest Raheem Sterling fan. No,
Literally.
we were screaming, get Sterling off. Even funnier, I've dropped a tweet saying, right, Grealish for Sterling now. It's
30
time.
seconds.
We're talking 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
Sterling scores. My entire Twitter just goes,
Delete.
delete. I've replied saying, delete, always rated him.
Yeah.
The
Then
best
I've
thing about
tweeted,
that is your first reaction to the goal was to turn around and go, that's staying up. That tweet is staying.
Yeah, no,
It's
100%.
like, I respect that so
It's got to
much.
stay
because
up.
you
Is
could
it
have
still
got rid
up?
of it.
No, it's still up right now. You can go and see if you want.
Did it bang?
And then I tweeted afterwards again saying, yeah, Sterling been classed from the first minute.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think in that game, apart from the goal and a couple of little bits, Sterling was very poor.
Oh, he
had a
no,
shocker.
he was.
Obviously,
I'm
classic,
still committed to
classic.
that.
You know, like broadcasting thing was just give man of the match to the player that scored. But like,
Is that who got man of the match?
I'm pretty sure I saw
surely
It was
Calvin
yeah,
Phillips.
honestly, you could've
because
picked-
I kept seeing.
like 7 or 8 of the England squad ahead of Sterling. I'd have said. Like, obviously, he scored the goal, and so you know that's what football's based on, results. But like, I thought he had a bit of a stinker apart from that.
Yeah, I
I
did.
tell you what, if he didn't score that goal, he was getting hounded on social media
Yeah,
because
he
he
would.
did
Yes.
not drop. He didn't play a good game. Let's be honest.
No.
Like,
I hadn't actually heard that he'd got the MBE a few days before, right?
Yeah,
And
so
so
they were
like when
calling
they
him that.
said like Raheem Sterling like MBE as he scored, I was like, you've like just assumed that he's getting an MBE after that goal? Like that seems like really presumptuous.
Imagine that's the criteria. If you just have to score at Wembley
just
and
scuff
you're
one
etched
against Croatia.
in the book.
I'd be fine with that for the record. I think.
What do you get, by
all
the way?
good.
An MBE? That's not a sir, is it?
no,
No,
it's not.
um,
It's not.
So what is an
I don't know
MBE?
what it
You just
stands
get you
for.
like a Raheem Sterling MBE.
I couldn't tell you. All I know is Sterling and Rashford have got one. So
I've got one. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So member of the British Empire. Which
damn, you
whatever
get
the
paid
fuck-
for a reason, fella, and you're doing a great job.
Do you know what though? I had heard that Skepta had been offered one. I think there was a lyric in his a lyric in one of his songs, and he said like, "Oh, I got offered the MBE, but I declined it."
Why?
Yeah, I think it was him. I might have got my facts mixed up, but yeah. Anyways, it's not uncommon for people to decline them and turn them down because it's very much like a there's a lot of controversy around it and it being like considered, part of like the royals, and a lot of people don't believe in the royal family.
Do
and
you
all
remember
that
like
stuff.
back in the day, there was like a big thing going around David Beckham saying he was like doing all his charity work just to get knighted.
Yes.
Do you remember that? There was a lot of
Yes.
articles. Not saying I agree
Wait,
with
he
this, by
said
the way.
that?
No.
Oh, okay.
It
That
was,
was a
like
speculation.
Like a strange thing to
speculation.
come out and say, okay.
People were coming out and saying, you know what, there's room. I think there was an email. Actually, no. There was an email or something sent from one of David Beckham's team, or maybe even himself, about the knighthood that they were trying to achieve for
Secure.
David Beckham.
Wow.
So that literally sparked so much. Like,
Does he have it?
bit of outrage? No, it's not Sir David
He's
Beckham.
not
No,
Sir.
it's not, is it? I think after
The
that,
way you said it sounded like, David, you've been
I-
like building
I
all
think-
of
I
these
think
like
if we can get-
shelters for people. Like, what drives you forward? It's just the MBE.
I
No,
think,
just for the
I think if
knighthood.
we can get
That's
Alex
it.
here to do a double check on that, can come back to us with it. But it is quite a little bit of a juicy bit of info.
Yeah, because to be fair, you would
Yeah.
think David Beckham, who was also a huge part in one of the campaigns to get the World Cup to England, and I
Yeah.
remember when we were almost expected.
That's when Qatar got it, right? Or was it?
Qatar, it was Qatar because this was done ages ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so
yeah,
it
was
would have
a
been
long
when
time
Qatar
ago.
was decided, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that England are going to win it." Supposedly David Beckham had put on a masterclass of like a campaign
I
for
remember
it.
this.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember this.
And then we ended up, and they were like, "And the World Cup is going to be in Qatar," and everyone went, "What?"
Yeah,
the
honestly, like
fuck?
we have been completely robbed of that World Cup. now.
I mean, we literally got 0 points in Eurovision, so I don't think we're getting a
you-
World
you-
Cup.
They just don't like
Anytime
it.
soon.
Does Eurovision really count if England can't host a World Cup?
Do you-
Like, what's the correlation there?
Which just just everyone hates
Yeah,
us,
they do.
especially more
yeah,
than
but
they
it's
did
still a
5
great
years
place
ago.
to have a
But
World
that doesn't
Cup.
matter, bro. Money talks. That's why it's
Yeah,
in Qatar.
I know. That's crazy.
That's why you can't drink.
All the, isn't it Qatar where they're building a bunch of new stadiums and a lot of people
Have
a lot of
died.
construction workers have
There's been I
died.
swear there's been about 1,500 people.
That's
that have- But to be
outrageous.
fair, you
You
look
can't-
into it and it's like it's not like stuff has fallen on people.
It's
It's
the
like
heat.
secondary sort of like links. So it's not quite
Oh,
the
okay.
headlines. I might be wrong on this,
Still a
but
lot of
when
a
I
lot of
read
people.
about it wasn't like literally people have died firsthand. I think in this.
Well, they're working they're doing tough work in crazy heat, right?
Yeah. Mate, that's the problem. Is that they're having to now move the World Cup to the winter
December?
time.
Yeah, what's that gonna be like?
How the hell does that even work, man? That's so weird.
I'm happy because you get a World Cup. What? Wait, no. Actually, it's 6 months later.
Christmas time World Cup.
Yeah, but I mean that's gonna be an experience. Has that ever happened before?
No, definitely not. But when there's that much money involved, they make it happen.
Yeah.
This boys, I do have BTS Sites has come through with a couple of the stuff about David Beckham's messages, and they come
Ooh.
from him himself. Beckham allegedly
He
called the
tweeted
United
it.
Kingdom's Honours Committee unappreciative.
Pagans.
Pagans.
Yeah.
The athlete also reportedly let his feelings on awards lesser than a knighthood known, stating, "Unless it's a knighthood, fuck off."
That is
What a boy.
unreal.
What a boy.
Honestly,
Oh my
unless
God.
it's a knighthood, don't fucking message me,
Yeah,
you
I
bollocks.
don't want it. MBE, fuck off.
That is unreal, you know. That's so good. Could you imagine if Sterling just turned around and went, "It's not a knighthood, fuck
I
off."
feel like that being leaked is like completely butchered his chance
Yeah, no, definitely.
quite some time. Maybe when he's 70.
I think it would have already happened, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
he's such an iconic figure.
Well, maybe
in
if
football.
Inter Miami goes absolutely crazy, but it's not even
Mate,
in the
that's
same
in the
country.
US.
Yeah, but it's a person from the UK. Like, it's like I don't know if that would even count.
Nah, waffle, bro. That's not happening.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to do a bit more charity work to secure that. By the looks
Is
of
that
it.
what it is? You have to do stuff for our country to receive the knighthood.
Yeah, probably. Like
Well, he was on a Friends
Rashford's-
reunion the other day, so he's
Was he actually?
going for the American knighthood now? Really?
Wait, what is there an
Imagine.
American awards of some
I
sort?
don't know. That's why I
There's
said
gotta
American
be-
knighthood.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Yeah.
Right?
I
is there?
swear to God, Donald Trump gave like Lil Wayne something. I swear
But
he
I
did.
swear he just pardoned him and went, you know what? You
Yeah.
out of jail. I'll rate your music.
He did it to loads of people
Really?
just
Yeah.
before he came out of office. He just went and pardoned like a bunch of top
his mate.
rappers.
Yeah. Lil Wayne, he said, "Legend of the game, you're done. Come
Yeah,
get,
yeah,
get out of
I
there."
swear Bobby Shmurda came out early doors as well.
Nah, Bobby Shmurda actually was meant to be getting out every single year for the past 5 years. All I would see every December, Bobby
Really?
Shmurda's coming out, but now he is out.
But
so
now
yeah.
he's actually out. Yeah, it's good. Free Bobby Shmurda. Oh, he's freed now, so it's okay.
I tell you what,
coming home.
just before we leave that, have you guys ever watched those videos where artists that are up and coming have to perform their songs in front of the board? So Bobby Shmurda, right?
No,
he's
it's not the board.
It's not the board.
It's
It's like
a record
It's
label.
right, the record label,
Yeah.
but the higher ups, right? So
Yeah.
you're talking a room like with a big meeting table in the middle, a bunch of, we're talking, let's just say,
High-level
old,
execs.
you know, like 40, 50-year-old white people all sat in this room. You got Bobby Shmurda rapping about drugs and guns, and he's screaming it. It's on his own.
Yeah.
The instrumental might even be playing off a mobile phone, and everyone, and you've just got Jerry and Stacey just nodding heads like.
Yeah. It's hilarious.
It's
There's
so
so
good.
many funny
Oh
clips
my
because
so good.
he's essentially having to sell his album to these
Just
execs.
not his target audience whatsoever.
It
Oh
is
no, it's
horrific.
awful. It's awful. It's so.
It's the most awkward experience
Yeah.
ever.
Soccer moms and stuff like proper that
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.